As an icon of 1980s glam and shock rock, Dee Snider is known for his provocative on-stage appearance, wild blonde curls, heavy makeup, and explosive energy. But behind his fierce image, his lifestyle is far calmer and more orderly. After spending years living in major cities like Los Angeles and New York, Dee decided to move with his family to Oak Ridge, North Carolina, in search of a more peaceful atmosphere. He says he truly enjoys driving his car or motorcycle along quiet rural roads, something he considers impossible to do in crowded cities. Although he's no longer young, Dee maintains his fitness through regular workouts and a disciplined diet rather than extreme sports. Family is also a central pillar of his life. Suzette, his wife since 1981, has stood by him through all the ups and downs, including when they went through double bankruptcy in the early 1990s. Today, with a more stable routine, Dee Snider's life reflects a different side of a heavy metal legend, still a rocker at heart, but living a simple daily life focused on health, tranquility, and family closeness. Dee Snider was born on March 15, 1955 in Astoria, Queens, before growing up in Freeport and Baldwin on Long Island. He came from a working-class family. His father was a retired state trooper and court clerk, while his mother was an art teacher. From a young age, he showed strong musical talent, actively singing in church choirs, school choirs, and high school concerts. His powerful voice earned him a place in the all-state choir, a distinction that affirmed his potential as a vocalist. Snider later graduated from Baldwin Senior High School in 1973, carrying with him the musical foundation that would eventually shape his rock career. Dee Snider and Twisted Sister achieved major success in the mid-1980s after a long struggle in the music world that lasted more than a decade. Although the band, formed in the early 1970s, had already been active and releasing albums since the early 1980s, their breakthrough came with the release of their third album, Stay Hungry. The album featured iconic tracks such as We're Not Gonna Take It and I Wanna Rock, which gained massive exposure through music videos and heavy rotation on MTV, making Twisted Sister a household name in the rock metal scene. Snider himself wrote almost all of Twisted Sister's songs starting in 1976, giving the band an identity closely tied to his vocal style and lyricism, a blend of rebellious spirit, glam rock energy, and heavy metal power. The band's early albums sold reasonably well, but Stay Hungry truly catapulted them to stardom. The album reached multi-platinum status, proving that Dee Snider's dream of becoming rich, famous, and a rock star could indeed be achieved through music. This success wasn't just about sales or hit singles. The band's flamboyant image, wild stage energy, and anti-establishment attitude resonated with a generation of young listeners searching for rebellion, freedom, and an identity outside the mainstream. Even as music trends shifted and new genres emerged, Twisted Sister remained remembered as one of the defining icons of the 1980s glam metal hard rock era.
In September 2025, Twisted Sister officially announced that they would reunite for a 50th anniversary tour in 2026, marking their first full performance since they last took the stage in 2016. Previously, they had only done a brief reunion appearance on January 26, 2023 at the Metal Hall of Fame.
Dee Snider has been married to Suzette Snider since 1981, his wife who originally worked as a costume designer and played a major role in shaping Twisted Sister's theatrical image. The couple has 4 children, 3 sons and 1 daughter, named Jesse, Shane, Cody, and Cheyenne. Over time, Dee and Suzette also became grandparents, with their grandchildren bringing even more joy to the family. Snider spent part of his life in East Setauket, New York, where he lived part-time while remaining active in the entertainment world. His home life briefly came into the public spotlight in 2005 when he appeared on MTV Cribs, showcasing his Long Island mansion alongside 2 of his children, Shane and Cheyenne. However, as time passed, Snider sought a fresh atmosphere.
In 2025, he and his family settled in Oak Ridge, North Carolina, a quieter environment far from the hustle and bustle of New York. This move marked a new chapter in his life, showing how the legendary rocker continues to evolve and adjust with age and family priorities. There, Dee enjoys hobbies such as driving cars and riding motorcycles on open roads, something he finds far more enjoyable than navigating big city traffic.
Dee Snider owns a collection of vehicles that reflects the full spectrum of his personality, from nostalgia and raw power to futuristic technology. His pride and joy remains his 2014 Dodge Challenger Plum Crazy, a modern muscle car that he's modified into the Demon Challenger, complete with a dual hood, retro striping, a Hurst manual transmission, Corsa exhaust, and a cold air intake system. The striking Plum Crazy color perfectly matches his flamboyant image as a glam metal icon. On the nostalgic side, Snider also owns a Ford Mustang II Cobra II, a classic model from the 1970s filled with history. The car sports a white paint scheme with signature red racing stripes running across the hood, roof, and trunk, a sporty design from the 70s era that has become increasingly rare and highly sought after by collectors. For more modern, everyday needs, Snider relies on a Tesla Model S, a high-performance electric car offering instant acceleration, premium comfort, and futuristic technology, an interesting contrast to the roaring muscle cars in his garage. However, Snider added his own personal touch by customizing the car with an Iron Man theme, featuring a metallic red base paired with gold, gray, and black accents across the body, creating a bold, futuristic look drastically different from the standard Model S. To complete the elegant Iron Man appearance, the vehicle is fitted with custom ghost gold wheels, reinforcing the premium feel and superhero-inspired concept. Rounding out his collection, he also drives a GMC Hummer EV, a large electric vehicle with extreme off-road capability, massive power, and a rugged appearance. This Hummer EV is built for harsh terrain, equipped with advanced off-road features like four-wheel steer for the unique diagonal crab walk maneuver, and an adaptive air suspension system that can raise ground clearance by about 6 inches in extract mode. Beyond performance, the Hummer EV also delivers modern sophistication with its Super Cruise driver assistance system, enabling hands-free driving on compatible highways. Combining strength, high technology, and futuristic design, the Hummer EV stands as one of the most striking vehicles in Snider's garage, embodying both the fierce and innovative sides of the rock legend.
Dee Snider is also a true biker, with a motorcycle collection as bold as his stage presence.
He owns several custom chopper-style bikes based on Harley-Davidson, built with rigid frames and the classic long, low, attitude-heavy chopper aesthetic, machines that looked like they were born straight out of the rock and roll universe. In addition, Dee rides an Indian Chieftain Dark Horse, a dark, charismatic bagger equipped with hard saddlebags, a large front fairing, and the unmistakable aura of a luxury cruiser. These rides are more than mere transportation. Each one is a lifestyle statement that showcases the wild, free, and deeply personal spirit of the Twisted Sister frontman. Dee Snider is also a true philanthropist who uses his fame and influence to help many people. Throughout his career, he has actively supported various charitable programs, from the March of Dimes, which focuses on infant health, to Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, which he has supported through auctions of awards and personal memorabilia. Dee even donated more than $300,000 from his winnings on Celebrity Apprentice to humanitarian causes. He also became the face of the Bikers for Babies program, combining his love for motorcycles with a larger social mission. For Dee, philanthropy isn't just about money, it's about using his voice, platform, and energy to spread compassion. Inspired by his close friend Mick Foley, he has become even more committed to making kindness an integral part of his life. Beyond the music stage that made his name, Dee Snider channels his creativity into acting and filmmaking. He doesn't just appear on screen, he fully immerses himself as a creator. This peak of creative expression can be seen in Strangeland 1998, a cult horror film directed by John Pipelau, which Snider both wrote and starred in. In the film, he plays the main antagonist, Captain Howdy, a sadistic figure who uses internet chat rooms to lure unsuspecting teenagers into his lair for torture and body modification rituals. Dee Snider's creativity doesn't stop with film. He also pours his imagination into the literary world, writing several books. In 1987, he collaborated with author Philip Bash to release Dee Snider's Teenage Survival Guide, a guidebook designed to help teenagers navigate the challenges of adolescence. His life journey was later chronicled in his autobiography, Shut Up and Give Me the Mic, published in 2012, which presents an honest account of his struggles from youth to becoming a global rock icon. Not stopping there, Snider expanded his reach to younger readers with the children's book We're Not Gonna Take It, illustrated by Margaret McCartney and inspired by Twisted Sister's classic anthem.